Hello guys, my name is Desmond and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Guys, please do make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified of our daily uploads. Guys, I would like to make use of this opportunity to give you guys a big thanks for showing interest to join my online live classes. Um, I'll be actually doing, um, I think for live lessons, I'll be doing mathematics and physical sciences. And again, I'll make sure to post on a daily basis um, videos for maths lit, geography, and life sciences. So geography, that it includes map work. So guys, uh, I think we need to be doing these live lessons on a daily basis until you write your exams. So what I'm going to do is to have these live lessons while at the same time I attend to questions that you might be having. Obviously, in case if you've got any questions, you can just post on the comment section, then I'll immediately answer those questions. Otherwise, depending on the level of complexity of those questions, I'll just start by addressing those questions when I do the next video the following day. So guys, it will be maths and physics paper 1. So with regards to maths lit, I'll make sure to post daily. For geography, that includes map work. I'll also do those questions together with life sciences. So guys, when you when you search for my YouTube channel, Solving Exam Papers, there's somewhere, I think it's home, then videos, then a playlist. Make sure to click on playlist, because that's where you'll be able to see. It's more like folders. In the simplest way to explain it, it's more like folders. When you click on playlist, you are able to see these folders for maths, physics, maths lit, geography, life sciences, and there should be another folder for something like online lessons or online live lessons. That's where you'll find this live lesson. So for every live lesson that I'll be doing, I'm going to make sure that I post it, so that in case if you're not available at that time or on that day, you are able to at a later stage be able to have access to that video. The only difference is that you might not have an opportunity to ask questions while the lesson was live. So that means I'll obviously give a response at a later stage, obviously whenever you'll be watching that particular lesson. So guys, on this video, I would encourage you to just comment with the chapters that you'd like us to start with, because obviously our very first lesson should start tomorrow. Based on what you suggest, we'll start with either mathematics or physical sciences. You just need to suggest those chapters, or just indicate which chapters you're struggling with. So you can also do that on my WhatsApp, but it's unfortunate on WhatsApp I might not be that much active in terms of responding inboxes. But if you feel like you've got a comment, a suggestion, a question, you can just send it, but I will attend to it whenever I get a chance. What I'll be doing on WhatsApp is just to keep you posted in terms of what we'll be doing, when and at what time, what to expect, what to prepare, all of that, that kind of information. So please do make sure to invite some of your friends, so that they also don't miss out and benefit from these lessons. And please do make sure to mention that none of my lessons are paid for. All of them are free. You just need to have time, dedication, because I think this will benefit you a lot in terms of you passing well with your exams. Okay, so in mathematics, guys, there might be some cases where we just need to interpret the graphs, where we need to just browse through previous question papers where I teach on how to approach the questions, how to answer those questions, where to score marks, which marks not to miss, the tips, all of that information. For example, guys, you may be given a quadratic equation. Let me just say, for instance, something like that. I'm just writing here. Okay, so obviously, for grade, I'm not sure, I think even for grade 11s and 12s, I'm not really sure about grade 10s, but I think it's the same format. The first question, it's solve for x. So if you are given something like this, guys, the tips that I'm talking about, it's making use of the marks to be able to know which steps they are required. For example, guys, if this question is given 2 marks, it will obviously be given 2 marks in matric. That could mean they just want you to factorize and give the x values. So you will get a 1 mark for factorization and the last mark for giving the 2 x values. Okay, so again, if you are in matric and this question it's allocated either 3 or 4 marks, that means that's where they want you to use that quadratic formula, which you should at all times know it by heart. The reason to that is because it's given a lot of marks, so it doesn't worth it for you to start by trying to factorize. So the reason I'm saying this, guys, it's because I've noticed a lot of students, they waste a lot of their time trying to find the factors, whereas you find that this equation cannot be factorized and you can only use this quadratic formula. And again, the second indicator, guys, they will tell you to say correct to 2 decimal places. So in conclusion, for the fact that they said correct to 2 decimal places, and again, for the fact that this question is allocated 2 marks, if it's allocated at least 3 marks, that's when you know if there's that statement and also the marks are a bit more, you have to use this formula. So you won't have to waste time trying to factorize and realize after 10 minutes that you failed to factorize and you try to use a quadratic formula. So those are the kind of the tips that I'll be providing. And again, because we might not cover everything at once, that's why I'm saying we might, for example, solve maybe a 1 question paper for graphs, and then from there we just analyze other graphs so that you have an understanding of how to approach those graphs. For example, guys, if this is the y and the x axis, okay, if you've got a graph in that way, guys, from the equation, obviously the general equation, it's a x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so when you have a graph similar to that one, you should know that your a is negative. Why? Because the graph is set. Okay, obviously when you're set, that means you might be having a negative, how do I explain this? I'm just trying to relate negative to the emotion or the expression, the facial expression being negative. Okay, so let's say maybe you were just told negative news, obviously you would have a set shape. So what if you've got positive news? That means your A, you're going to have a graph with a smiling shape. A smiling shape. Can you see, guys? So these are some of the tips that I'm talking about, of which I think you'll benefit a lot from this kind of tips. Okay, so coming to physical sciences, again, when it comes to physical sciences, guys, let's mostly focus on paper 1 because that's where a lot of students encounter a lot of problems. But with regards to physics, guys, you shouldn't stress that much. I'm going to make it very, 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 very much easy. I'm sure you've noticed from the previous questions that I've solved, I've made them easy such that some of you have developed interest. That's why I even suggested these online lessons. So we'll be doing everything related to paper 1. And the lessons that I'll be doing, guys, I may be doing a grade 12 question, but for you in grade 10 and 11, you will still be able to understand exactly what I'll be doing. So I'll try by all means to pick those chapters which accommodates grade 10, 11 and 12 learners. For example, if I'll be doing a grade 11 example, I'll make it such that it's simple to be understood by a grade 9 or a grade 10 learner, and becomes a bonus for a grade 12 learner. Okay, so guys, there are a lot that you need to know with regards to physical sciences. I won't just I won't just straight away give you the final answers. I will give you a bit of a background. In some instances, I might need to do a full lesson where I provide you with the notes, all the information that you should know. From there, I'm going to use those notes to attack the exam questions. So obviously, I will still show you different approaches, because what's nice about physics is that you've got a lot of ways in which you can solve one question. So especially, for example, with that chapter of vertical projectile motion, I'm going to show you different ways in which question may be asked, and again how to answer those questions. Because let's say, for example, it's either in 2020 they asked an object which was projected vertically upwards. The next year they might ask an object projected or thrown vertically downwards, or an object which is moving upwards. Someone drops a stone, or they throw a stone upwards. So those are the kind of informations that we'll be looking at. Okay, so I would encourage you guys to get ready, and again to just please do keep those suggestions coming, so that when we start tomorrow, we start with the most relevant question. With regards to Maths Late, I do post on a daily basis. I think on each and every day I post at around 5 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning. So I won't be doing live lessons for Maths Late, Geography and Life Sciences, but if we happen to see the need to do those live lessons, I will do those live lessons. But otherwise, I'm just going to do a special video, post it just like I've always been doing. The only difference is that you won't be able to engage with me while I'm still busy presenting that particular chapter or lesson. So for geography, guys, I've done a lot of videos related to map work. The videos that the lesson that I'm preparing is for calculations. I think this one I'm going to do a live video where I show you how to do the map work calculations. That includes distance, area, magnetic bearing, position, magnetic declination, vertical exaggeration, etc. All of those map work questions, how to perform those calculations, and again also teach on how to answer map work related theory questions. So I'm hoping you are going to enjoy these lessons, guys. So please do make sure to share, because I would be very, very much happy if I can reach as many learners as possible, so that they're able to benefit from these lessons. So guys, I think for now we'll just end it here, and then I'll hear from you in the comment section. And again, you can also do suggest in the WhatsApp. Just send an inbox, I'll just note it down, and the updates will be made via status. At all times, as soon as I'm done with the live lesson, I'll just share a link so that you're able to easily be directed to that particular live lesson. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's introduction to what we'll be doing, and I thank you very much for joining. My name is Desmond, and I'm out.